What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and what a Wyckoff accumulation schematic is showing for the charts. I'm also going to break down where on earth I may see the share price going for the remainder of the year based off the price action we're seeing, and what on earth makes me think that Tesla may actually start to rally very, very soon, as crazy as that may sound. Now, before I break any of this down, before I get into any more details, I do have to mention a couple of things real quick. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please don't take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. And it only benefits me, but the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. And you could always sell these 5 free stocks for cash and buy some Tesla shares for free with that money. This is a limited time offer that ends in just 2 weeks, so please check it out before they run out. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So anyways, right now I may sound a little bit different. I do have a bit of a sore throat, but it's all being taken care of right now. I thank everyone that was concerned or mentioned things in my previous videos, but right now I want to talk about Tesla just real quick with you. I'm going to make this video a little bit shorter than usual, but what I want to talk about is what's going on with the share price and what the future forecast may hold based off this Wyckoff accumulation schematic. So right now, when you pinpoint it, I think I've been able to figure out where on earth each of these different sectors or sections of this schematic may be. And by doing so, I could figure out what the share price may end up doing in the future. Now, is it guaranteed? No, but this is just what this theory would suggest, right? It's theoretical. It's not guaranteed, but it is very likely that this could be true because we did see similar price action before. I'm not going to talk about that from that part. I'm going to talk about what's happening right now. So, my thesis for the market is turning more bullish than bearish because I think we may have already found our bottoms, and the market does look like it wants to start rallying very soon. Looking at this right here, the market has been hurt over the fact that in Shanghai they have these big lockdowns, things are tough over there, and as a result, they do plan on reopening by May 20th. So, looking at the SPY max pain or the options chain for the SPY, we could see by the 13th, obviously there were a lot of puts that were actually bought, and max pain was at that $4 range and slowly, sorry, $400 range, and slowly started to go up. Now there's a lot more puts to calls by the 20th. So what I think is going to happen is the market's going to see a bit of a rally, a short rally around Monday through maybe Wednesday or Thursday, and then as we approach Friday of next week, I think the market's going to drop a little bit. But then after that, we could continue to rally for a few weeks going into June until we start to drop a little bit more again. So, another thing to note is the fact that we have the FOMC meeting again on June 14th through the 15th. And also, and this is all going to make a lot of sense once I actually show you the chart. Also, right now, our GDP was negative for Q1, and we're going to get the Q2 results, I think around August. I could be wrong on that. I think it's August. The date hasn't been confirmed yet. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because in order to know if we're truly in a recession, to know that, we need to see 2 consecutive negative GDP reports. We got the first one. If the second one is negative, which I think it most likely will be, it's not a guarantee because many big analysts think it's going to be a 2% growth. I don't know about that. We'll have to wait and see. But if that's the case, if GDP is negative, the news is going to go nuts over a recession that's going to have a negative effect on the markets by around August to September. So, from what I'm seeing in this, okay, based off this, I noticed that we had a bit of a drop here. This was the preliminary support. We got a nice bounce, followed by another drop to the selling climax. And this selling climax took us to the automatic reaction, which was responded by another sell test in phase B. Now, before you could argue that this would be the first sell test and the second sell test, and we already saw the spring. I don't see it that way. Unless the market starts to rally, this could be the spring, but I don't see it that way. I think that we just barely entered the second sell test. So what I think is happening essentially is right here we're seeing the market, like in this schematic, it would be respecting a downward trend for a couple of months. So what I think is happening is starting next week, maybe after it, Tesla might start to rally just a little bit, kind of like this. And then as time progresses, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a nice push. Wait, hold on. I think I messed this up. The date's kind of off. Sorry. I think it's going to look more like this, a nice push then it's in the 850 to $900 range. And we may stay kind of bullish for until the first week of June. And slowly, as we approach the FOMC meeting, we start to drop. Maybe nothing too bad comes from the FOMC meeting. We actually push a little bit higher. That's also a possibility. The market becomes bullish, people become excited, and all of a sudden, the next FOMC meeting comes. All of a sudden, we find out we're in a recession. The market starts to drop and drop and drop. And that's where the talks about Tesla going to like the 400s, the 500s come into play. Very possible. But wherever the next bottom is, whether it's 500, 400, I don't truly know. Once we get there, once the market realizes that it's gone really, really far and it's been taking a massive hit, I expect a very nice recovery to start, kind of like this, some sideways action, followed by a nice push right back up as we enter the next year. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a really, really nice rally, all time highs again, followed by a drop and a continuation. So that's kind of like the way I'm seeing Tesla move, right? I think it's very possible that this is what Wyckoff is showing us, where we haven't seen the spring yet, in my opinion. I think the spring, as in this phase, as we enter phase C, we haven't entered the spring yet. I think we entered the sell test in phase B already. 680 was the bottom there. We're going to get a nice relief push, hopefully for the next couple of weeks, maybe some more bullish price action for a month or so before this thing gets rug pulled again because of the FOMC, because of the news, because of some other factors out there, inflation, all those things coming together. And we may continue to see downside. And then once we find our bottom, I think that I don't know how long it's going to take, if it's going to be September or if it's going to be later until like October, November. I don't truly know. But my anticipation is that once it's priced in, right, once it's down there, I think the market's going to get a nice bounce and Tesla's going to recover relatively quick as we approach the end of the year. So that's kind of like the way I'm seeing it. I don't think it's going to be a long-term bear market. I think we're going to quickly bounce out of this. I think all the news, all the FUD out there is not going to last forever. So don't fall for what a lot of people are saying. For the short term, it's possible for us to get nice bounces. Remember the way the market rallies, okay? We didn't just crash in one line in the year 2022. We dropped, pushed up, dropped, pushed up, dropped like this. Then we pushed all the way up around April. Then we dropped again. I don't see what's stopping us from pushing up. Maybe it's going to happen much quicker. I don't know. This is just an example. I expect a bit of a rally, maybe not as big as before, but I do expect us to push up for the next few weeks, followed by some downside. Another big drop as we approach, as we continue to see downside. And after that, I think the skies are going to be pretty clear going into next year. I wouldn't be surprised if we break all time highs by then. With that out of the way, that is my prediction. I want to thank you all for listening. Stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.